My mother is a cruel god. The type that will give one moment and steal away the next. Most of my siblings do not see it. They believe she is all-seeing, all-powerful. But many of them have merged too closely with their animal forms, stags and does, seals and eagles, that they have lost all sense of justice and become blind to the brutality of her whims. Instincts, not morality or emotions, now drive them. They have also not had to endure most of their lives imprisoned like I have, to be let out once a year to walk the earth, before being quickly, cruelly drawn back in. Here I watch and serve in darkness, keeping our home warm and our springs full as my mother sleeps. Restless would be an understatement. I wonder if she ever regrets the curse she lay upon me.
May Brida, daughter of Callie, of fire and water, be banished to her underrealm, contained by her flesh and skin, so that she may only pass from the mountain at the turn of the season, when her power may bless the world anew.
So far, I have found no means to break it. I often dream of how I might be freed, of one day destroying the bounds of servitude and spending every season in the land of mortals. It is a dream I've had for longer than I can remember, but it's the only thing, beyond my own immortality, that keeps me going during the dark days. Why do you sit like that?
Like what?
In that stupid position. You look like an idiot, Cernun. And stop playing with your shield. The grating is giving me a headache.
And how would you like me to sit, dear sister?
Preferably not here at all. I'll never understand how you choose to stay in this endless darkness when you could be outside.
You cannot be serious. Have you seen the weather? The storms have been raging for months now. There are frozen rivers everywhere you look.
And greenery. Tall pine trees, winter berries and flowers, stretching all the way up the mountain and down the valley. How I miss the smells of ashen earth and crisp frost, or the touch of snow on my skin.
You overestimate the appeal. Always greener, so to speak.
In this case, that is exactly true. All that's here is granite wall desolation.
Well, desolation suits me.
If you don't want to go outside, I would happily take your place.
Oh, must we do this again?
You could let me inhabit your mind. Just for a day. It's been too long, brother.
You really must contain your desperation. Callie is sleeping, but she's not blind. And after what happened last time...
I know.
Wouldn't you rather wait until spring?
I haven't felt cold in years.
Lucky you. I wish you'd turn the temperature up in here. The fires are barely embers.
I have to conserve my energy for more important things.
Like inhabiting your brother's mind.
That's different.
If you say so. We could make a deal, however.
Forget it.
For heaven's sake, sister, I'm going to freeze my antlers off. If you turn the heat up, you can name the day and I'll...
I said no. I'm saving my power.
To what end exactly?
That, brother, is my business. I have other plans. If you're going to be so spiteful, I'm not willing to risk that for a day of freedom.
Fine. Hold your secrets. But don't come crying to me when you've had your 3 days of freedom and you want another excursion into the cold.
Then I'll just have to make it colder in here then.
You have too much power.
You have too much freedom.
You don't understand my torment.
You don't understand mine. Cernun, You really must contain your temper. I know it's spiteful to lower the temperature again, but it frustrates me that Cernun has so much freedom that he doesn't use. And it's part of my way out of this place, after all, conserving my power until I find the means to escape. Each year, I have been reducing the fires by a fraction, so that over the course of the decades, Mother doesn't notice. While my brother does, I know he won't tell her. Even if he will hold it over me on occasion, he might be the only one that understands my pain. Although his torment is partly self-inflicted. For when he had the full freedom to walk this earth, he could not resist the mortals. Now so many of his offspring live unchecked across the land. Some with unlearned powers, others with strange, animalistic tendencies that our mother has restricted his access. Although, unlike my allowed 3-day spring outings, he has a 6-month window of freedom, wandering in winter and darkness. The curse is that he despises the cold so much that he barely ventures outside anymore. As I said before, my mother is a cruel god. The worst of the freezing winter passes, and it's getting closer to spring. But as the ice melts, the rain comes endlessly, falling until rivers surge. They stretch up to our mountain, threatening to invade our home. I watch them weave back and forth, splitting into the earth, from day to night and night to day, imagining what life would be like if I could follow one down to its source. The rain is heavier than in previous years, and it doesn't take long for the encroaching waters to attract the attention of a mortal sailor. An inquisitive mind, skillful on water, setting out on a journey towards the ominous mountain. What stories have they heard about our fortress home? Has our presence been noted? Or are we simply a matter of myth and legend by now? From a nook viewpoint, I watch the boat twist towards the base, and it anchors in a loch beneath the waterfall springs. If it comes just a little closer, I might be able to tempt them under the waterfall, into the cavern where I'll be waiting. It's been a long time since I've had the chance to talk to someone outside of my months of isolation. And 3 days on land doesn't ever leave me enough time to see people. I'm too busy enjoying my short amount of freedom. After checking Callie's eyes still closed, she's fast asleep in her stone throne at the mountain's peak. I descend the spiral staircase to the bottom level. My legs feel tense. I haven't been down here in a while. The waterfall always feels too close to freedom. I can stand under the water looking out at the otherworldly land beyond, but I'm unable to step further into daylight. I creep across the walls, tiptoeing barefoot on slimy rocks. The fire has gone out down here, and there's a sharp chill in the air. So I close my eyes and summon an ember until the room is glowing a faint orange. The warmth feels strange on my skin, prickling with hairs rising. I peer under the waterfall and see a form standing on the deck of the boat. He turns and looks straight towards me. I step back. Has he noticed the fire? Has he seen me? What if he comes close? Will I be able to talk to him? The man peers over the side of the boat and looks straight at me, curiously, catching my eye. He has the most beautiful eyes, green like the grass in spring, his hair dark and rugged like the soil of the earth. His broad body is wrapped in layers of fur and leather, so that he looks almost like a bear.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Yes, I am here.
Are you lost, fair maiden? Come, let me see you better.
Do not call me fair maiden.
I'm sorry. What shall I call you?
Brida.
Brida of the waterfall. Are you lost?
I'm not lost.
Then come out from under there so I may see you better.
I cannot.
Why?
Because I may not leave this mountain. By my mother's decree.
Who is your mother to have imposed such a cruel fate?
Callie. You might have heard of her?
Daughter of Callie. If that is the case, I really must see you better.
Wait. This place... it might not be safe for you.
I'm willing to take the risk. You must forgive me for calling you fair maiden, for I should have called you a goddess of beauty.
You flatter me.
I'm not sure I could ever find true words to describe you, but until then, I will flatter as I can.
Are all mortals like you?
Mortals? I like to think I am a different sort. I am to be a king of our people, and I hope to lead them to a better life, full of victory and fortune.
That is why you have ventured up here.
I have heard many stories of this place. I had to see for myself.
And are you satisfied by what you found?
I could not be more so.
I'm glad you came too. It has been some time since I've spoken with a man such as you.
It is cruel of your mother to imprison you like this. How has she done it?
She cast a curse so that I am bound here.
May Brida, daughter of Callie, of fire and water, be banished to her underrealm, contained by her flesh and skin, contained by her flesh and skin, contained by her flesh and skin.
May Brida, daughter of Callie, of fire and water, be banished to our underrealm, contained by her flesh and skin. I've tried for many years and seasons to find a way to break it, but I have found none.
It is a strange curse indeed. What a shame you cannot shed your skin.
What do you mean?
I am only struck that it is a cruel detail that you are entrapped by your flesh and skin. For that is something no one can escape.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
You can't shed your skin, can you?
Don't look so afraid. I'm not a snake.
Good. I'm not fond of reptiles.
But there might be another way. Will you return tomorrow? I might have a plan and I think you'll be able to help me.
Of course. It would be an honour to serve a goddess such as yourself.
You have my full gratitude.
I do not ask for reward. I would do it only because it is the right thing to do.
One final thing. I'll need your flask.
Anything. Of course you may have it.
Oh, and I believe you have not yet told me your name.
It's Angus.
That is a noble name. Once you have helped me, I will ensure that your people are rewarded.
Pray, sister, what mischief are you planning?
Oh, stop lurking in the shadows, brother. You look like a demon.
Maybe I want to look like a demon. What are you doing with that flask?
What does it look like I'm doing?
You know fine well nothing from the underrealm besides Callie's own goblet may touch the spring.
But this is a mortal's flask. It's not from the underrealm.
How in the heavens did you get a mortal's flask?
You're not the only one with the wiles of a demigod, brother.
I'm flattered. You think I have wiles?
Don't let it go to your head.
What are you going to do with that, exactly?
None of your business, Cernun.
I hope you're not planning on putting your faith in whichever mortal gave you that. You should never trust a mortal.
Forgive me for not trusting your judgment, brother. Your association with mortals isn't exactly the norm.
It won't work.
What won't work?
Whatever you have planned, it never works. You are not cunning enough, sister.
You underestimate my resolve.
Then come, there is no harm in telling me what trick you have in store.
I'm not stupid. I know you would only use something like this as leverage to gain favour with Mother. But she won't allow you outside, not until all of your bloodline are gone from the world. And we both know that will take some time.
Careful, Brida, you're playing with fire here.
That's the plan.
Goddess Brida, you are even more beautiful to behold in the morning light.
I wasn't sure you were going to come, that you would keep your promise.
I wouldn't have missed it for the world. Now tell me your plan. What would you have me do?
Here, take this. As soon as I come out from under the waterfall, you must douse me in the water from it, using every last drop.
Yes, I can do that.
This is important. I need you to not be afraid of me. I will look hideous.
That is impossible. You are the most beautiful creature I have ever laid eyes on.
For a time I won't be. But I will be once again, if you do as I ask.
Of course. You can trust me.
And I'll see you on the other side. My flesh and skin will not contain me. This has to work. I'm going to be free. I close my eyes and hold my hands across my chest, and then I take in a long, deep breath and hold it. As I let it out, I summon all my energy, every ounce that I have saved all these years, and siphon the power to my body. I ignite like a cinder block. My clothes burn first, then it reaches my flesh. I can't breathe. The pain is immense, torturous. And I question, perhaps too late, if I really am immortal. If even there are limits to my power. I keep the burning going, My skin blisters and bubbles until it's gone entirely. My ears are ringing and I'm aware that I might be screaming. Time seems to go too slowly, but once my power has been used, I take the first step on flayed skeletal legs, barely taking my weight. As the water of the waterfall crashes over my body, it stings into every damaged part like acid. But I'm on the other side. I made it. For a second, I'm aware of the winter sun, bright as quartz in the sky. Then I tumble into the pool. Oh, the pain is too much. Everything is dark.
Brida, we got this. Are you awake?
Where am I?
You're aboard a boat, Brida. I'm taking you home. To be healed.
But the water from the flask, from Callie's spring, did you...
Yes, but it didn't fully work.
I don't understand.
There was only enough for the top half of your body. Your legs, they're healing, but they are...
They're what, Angus?
I'm sorry, but you should look for yourself. I'm going to check the sails.
I look down at the wrinkled, dappled flesh and raw redness of my skin. Bile rises in my throat. I try to wiggle my toes, but the movement makes it feel like I'm burning all over again. I glance at Angus. He looks different. His stance is upright as if he's grown taller, muscles rippling under his clothes, hair shining luminescent in the light of the sun. Even his skin is smooth and glowing. And I realise, you drank from it?
What? Of course not. I would never do such a thing. Why would I betray you?
You're lying. God, how could I have been so stupid? Of course you betrayed me. I should have listened to my brother.
Come, Goddess Brida, daughter of Callie. Why would I lie to you? Something must have gone wrong with whatever spell you cast upon that water. But still, I'll take you home and you'll be safe there. We'll fix it. We will, together. I promise.
All right, Angus. We will fix it. My legs will heal eventually, but Angus has now taken the water of the Underrealm gods. No longer is he a mere mortal. And a mortal mind so suddenly in a god's flesh can only be a recipe for disaster. At his castle, he introduces me to his people and orders that I'm taken care of, but they're scared of me. And I'm confined to a tower for my treatment. From one prison to another. Servants come in and nurse my skin with milk and various herbal tonics. But when I move, they jump back in fear. When I speak to them, they back away. When I tell them I will do them no harm, they simply nod and smile and offer me whatever they have. They think I will curse them, that I'm a bad omen. Maybe I am. Meanwhile, Angus, as if scared to spend too much time with me, leaves town and sets off on a new quest. He sails across water, he traipses the land, and word returns of victories and wars and adventures everywhere he goes. His land expands, his riches swell, blessed as he is by the power of the gods. Nowhere is out of reach for him. Wherever he sets his mind to, he can go, and the waters and rivers welcome him, mapping outwards until he reaches the great sea and finds more land to plunder. The rain comes heavy as the leaves turn orange. Angus is still on a quest far away. It's too warm for the season. Everything feels off, wrong. Even nature seems confused. Birds that should have left by now remain flitting from building to tree, and when I listen to their song, it's almost as if they've forgotten the tune. I even come to miss my days spent under the mountain, listening to the days pass from the safety of my nook viewpoint. I wait for winter, for snowdrops to bloom, for the air to cool and the frost to come. I long to feel cold on my skin again. But only more rain arrives, and then the floods. I try to use my power to stop it, but all of my energy has been spent on healing my legs. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. The castle is destroyed by the waves. My tower crumbles, and the town is washed away. Many people drown. I wait to die as the waters surge and carry me away. But my immortality is not so easily defeated. I wake on a small hillock of land as the land drowns around me. I'm alone again. Though I can see our mountain from afar, the water is not quite high enough to reach it. The underrealm at least is safe. I wait in the endless rain, knowing Angus will one day return to no home or family and a goddess he has betrayed. By the time he comes, I've lost track of the days.
Brida, what have you done?
I have done nothing. This was your doing.
No, none of this would have happened if not for you.
You drank the water. You took some of our power. But you're too greedy and weak to wield it. Your actions and greed have flooded your home, and you will soon flood the world if you don't stop. Everything is a fine balance. You must end this. Give up your power and we can put the world to rights.
You're wrong. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yet here we are. Your home and everything you cared about is gone. Now you must make amends.
No. I've only just begun my exploring. If everything really is gone, then I have no reason to stay now. I will leave this place to drown. It has only brought me misery.
And what of me?
You have only brought me misery too.
I'm sorry you see it that way. But so be it. I only have one final favour to ask.
I have nothing more to give you.
Please, Angus. Strong, noble, and merciful king with the power of the gods themselves. Please take me home. Do not leave me here. I am weak, and I don't wish to be trapped for the rest of my life.
If I do this last favour, you'll not try to stop me.
I will do nothing to stop you fulfilling your potential.
Then I will take you home, if only to be rid of you forever. We're here. You can get off the boat now. Leave me.
Please, I am weak. You must help me up. I cannot walk there myself.
Fine. Fine.
No, not here. I cannot possibly climb these steps. Just take me to the main chamber, to Callie's spring, so that I may recover. Don't worry, my mother will be sleeping. No one will see us. Thank you, Angus. You are indeed a merciful and kind king. Please set me here by the pool.
I'm sorry it had to end this way.
As am I. Wait. One more thing. You may need it to aid on your future quests. I have caused you so much harm, and I wish to undo some of it. If you hand me your flask...
You're not going to trick me again.
No, I'll fill it for you. With a full dose, it will undo this harm.
All right.
That should do it. But of course, you must only drink from it outside this mountain. It's very important, for if you drink it inside, your power will become fully that of the gods, and it will be too much for you to take.
Thank you. Brida! What the... What is the meaning of this? You, what have you done, witch? Release me now.
I've done nothing. I told you not to drink the water here.
How did you You knew I would drink it. You tricked me. You will pay for this. I promise you will.
What else do I have to lose? You've already destroyed our precious land, and you've squandered my freedom as you have your own. This is all that you deserve.
Why can't I leave? You've cursed me.
You wanted to be a god, and the gods are cursed.
Reverse it.
Only the being which sprung the curse may undo
Then go
it.
ahead. Undo it.
It was not me who laid the curse.
What do you mean?
It was you. You did this to yourself.
Then I will undo it.
Curses may not be laid or lifted for the pursuit of personal power.
What? What are you talking about, woman?
It is a rule. You may not lift this curse, unless you find a reason to do so beyond your own ego and self-interest.
But you lifted a curse upon you. You found a way.
Yes, but it was not for the pursuit of power or selfishness, but for freedom and for love of my land. All you possess is narcissism and vanity.
Oh, sister, I have missed you. But I did warn you to never trust a mortal. It is a shame that mortals are not taught the same about the gods.
Mother, are you awake?
I have seen that you have been up to mischief, daughter. But you have returned now, as I knew you would. Have you learned your lesson?
I have, Mother.
Then why do you disturb me so?
With Angus, you have two of us now to serve the Underrealm, who wield the power of the spring.
I do.
So I was hoping that you may release me.
It will be done.
It will.
Why must you act so surprised? You shed your own skin and flesh for freedom. You have shown commitment that I did not think you capable of. I believe you have also learned your lesson of the woes of mortals. Unlike your brother, I do not fear your presence on earth will endanger it, and I reward commitment. So it will be done.
When may I go?
You may leave for half the year, but only if you agree to a new quest and purpose.
Whatever it is, I will do it.
Use your newfound freedom to restore balance in our world. Stray from your mission or fall to the greed of men again, and I will summon you back without hesitation.
I understand.
Then go forth, daughter of the gods, of fire and water. Restore the balance and return our land to rights. Spring has come.
In Daughter of Fire and Water by Lyndsey Croal, you heard Kelsey Griffin as Brida, Lewie Watson as Angus, Peter Forbes as Cernun, and Simone Low as Callie. Music was by Mackay. Direction, sound design and soundscapes were by Chris Gregory. Sound effects were from freesound.org. The presenter in this edition has been me, Mary Claire Wood. We would like to thank Lyndsey Croal, Anthea Middleton, Sam Canning and Gillian Bowman for their invaluable help in casting for this drama. Daughter of Fire and Water began as a character origin tale for Lyndsey's in-progress young adult fantasy novel, though it morphed into something quite different by the end. She'd like to thank Julie Britannia for prompting her to explore this backstory, and Scottish Book Trust for their support over the past year. Inspiration also came from Scottish folklorist Donald Alexander Mackenzie's interpretation of the Callie story. If you would like to find out more about Lyndsey Croal and her writing, please visit her website, www.lyndseycroal.co.uk. To find out more about Cameron Mackay and listen to more of his music, please go to cameronmackay.co.uk. We'll print these addresses and links to Lyndsey and Cameron's social media in our show notes. Daughter of Fire and Water is an Alternative Stories 2021 production for the Alternative Stories and Fake Realities podcast.